What is going on, you guys? ShadowX here, back at you for another Dokkan battle video, and version 5.1.1 just released. We just got done with maintenance, so we're gonna go over everything that's presented to us in this data download update. Right? There's a lot to talk about, so let's just jump in. So we're over here in my game checking out the my data section, because if you guys can notice now, they actually included this button at the bottom right that we learned of that they were going to include during this update, this whole my data inclusion, right? So if we click on this, we can actually now see the characters that we've used the most, apparently. Let me actually switch over real quick so I can show you guys something. So, according to Asuna here, he says, so by the looks of it, it's not all your units, it's just all characters, and it seems to be the ones you've used the most, shown as the unit, and the number is the characters overall. Not 100% sure. I've used Heartfighter's Goku the most out of any of my Super Saiyan Goku, but whatever. So, I guess a lot of players are very confused in the way they're structuring the way your units are being shown. It's very odd because I've not used in Broly 5,000 times. I've honestly barely used him, to be honest. So I'm not really sure how they're organizing this, but I'm assuming we'll learn more over time, right? So let's there's that to talk about. Let's actually jump back over and look at some other things that we learned of in this update. So looks like they're dropping all of the GT and the Broly movie events are going to be returning, so that definitely plays a big part with the 7th anniversary in terms of what characters might be coming, so we'll take a look at that in a minute. But yeah, I want to point that out. We have the inclusion of the ticket banner, the 77 tickets here, so we learned that earlier, right, with V-Jump. Alright, now we have the countdown images. So basically it's starting off with all of the different sagas, right? So we have Saiyan Saga, Namek Saga, we have the Android Saga. Hopefully they bring that Goku back, by the way. I really hope so. He needs an LR version. Really thought we were going to get it 2 years ago, but don't need that. We have Majin Buu Saga here. We have more Majin Buu Saga. Now we have GT. This is actually my favorite of all of the loading screens. So this one looks really good. And then obviously UI Goku and Evolution Blue Vegeta there. For the tournament power. So yeah, I don't know if these countdown images are really referencing anything as to who the main units might be. I think it's still pretty obvious who they might be, but I definitely will say that these countdown images look way better than last year's. Dude, last year's sucked, especially day one. Dude, day one, I remember it was just like the tournament of power ring. Like, it was so boring. Like, I feel like they didn't put any effort into last year's loading screens. But this year's definitely looked a lot better in my opinion. So especially this one. Like, this one is like wallpaper worthy for real. So they're the loading screens. Definitely think they look a lot better this year. So next, let's just get into the 2 LRs that I think we probably are going to see. And I guess we can actually just, before I jump into this, here's one of my ideas that I actually have a lot of ideas. So here's one of my ideas. I definitely think one of the LRs could be a Goku and Vegeta from Dragon Ball Super that are doing this pose, right? The Gallic Kamehameha. And keep in mind, Legends just dropped this not that long ago. So, you guys know how the 2 games like to operate. Typically when one version of the game drops something, another version of the game will drop it not too far away. So I definitely could see this being as one of the LRs. And then my other LR option or idea that I have is going to be this. So a GT version of the same exact pose. So that would actually be really cool, right? Now how they would do these units is probably, like, what I would want personally is like have a Goku and Vegeta, that active skill, like turn 1 into Gogeta or Vegito, right? I think that'd make the most sense. Obviously Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, we don't have like a transforming version into an LR state, right? So we still need that. That's definitely a high possibility. And then same thing for like Dragon Ball Super Broly Gogeta. We don't even have a standalone LR version of him, right? We only have the transforming Goku and Vegeta into the STR one, right, that we all know of for the 50th anniversary. So having this unit as like an active skill into Gogeta, definitely would make a lot of sense. They could still do that, or they could just drop a standalone Gogeta in replacement to that, right? So that's one option or idea that I have. Another option that I have is we could get remakes of the transforming Goku and Vegeta units, the AGL and the physical ones. So obviously, a Goku and Vegeta that would, start off from Saga, right? Because that seems to be the theme of the 70th anniversary, right? It's Goku and Vegeta throughout their sagas, throughout their time together, right? Sort of reminiscing throughout the entire series, right? I don't know why I started playing, but anyway, yeah. And with the inclusion of GT, and the GT and Dragon Ball Super Broly events returning, like, it would make sense, to have Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta as an LR, Super Saiyan Blue Gogeta as an LR, which we don't currently have in the game, right? I know a lot of players I'm seeing a lot of people I'm seeing are very disappointed. They're not excited at all. But how could you not be like, dude, it's anniversary time, like, this is what they do. They drop Gogeta and Vegeta units. They drop Goku and Vegeta units for these big time celebrations. Like, this is what drives the game. This is what makes them money, right? So, I'm all for it, right? Whatever we get, I'm totally cool with. So, yeah, dude, like, transforming versions of Goku and Vegeta, like, remakes would be really cool. And on top of that, like, they could even just have active skills into Gogeta or Vegeta, right? Like, I'm okay with that too, right? Now, link leveling them wouldn't be fun. That would be a nightmare just because of all the different transformations. Hopefully, they don't do what they did with the AGL and the physical one, where they just, like, change links all over the place. But they probably will, right? But yeah, I am expecting these two units to be the best units of the game for free. You guys can just automatically shoot that in, right? I'm also I'm actually really curious to know who the free-to-play LR is going to be this year. I don't even know. I had theorized that we could get like a free-to-play Blue Gogeta, sort of the standalone alongside the free-to-play STR Vegito that we got, many years ago, right? We don't have an opposite version of that character, so I think that would make a lot of sense. And then they could do like, Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta as one of the LRs, and then maybe like, I don't know, Vegito Blue as secondary LR, like a standalone LR Vegito Blue, which we don't have still outside of the free-to-play one, right? I definitely think that could work. Again, active skill into Vegito Blue still would make a lot of sense. It covers Super and GT at the same time. There's just a lot of different possibilities, right? So yeah, I couldn't tell you guys what the units are gonna be. I don't know. It's so in the air right now, but I'm definitely excited for whatever they have, right? So, yeah, dude, imagine if this was the card art in Dokkan. Like, obviously it's very similar to like Legends, but yeah, dude, I imagine the card arts are going to be fire. The super attack animations, all of it is going to be like top tier, right? Like, it's the 7th anniversary of the game. Like, you know how iconic, the number 7 is in Japanese culture. Like, this is gonna be the biggest celebration ever. I can guarantee you guys that for free, right? So that's kind of my speculations on who I think the two LRs might be. Now for part 2, this is where, like, I think it's very obvious of what they could do. So obviously we do not have an LR full power Broly from the Dragon Ball Super Broly movie. I definitely think this is like a shoe-in. If they do Blue Gogeta as one of the LRs, like, you can just shoe this in. He needs an LR so bad. We've been asking for this for the last 3 years now. This is just a shoe-in, right? Now, keep in mind, for the worldwide celebration, we got a dual LR banner, right? The Gohan and the Krillin, and then the Goku in exchange into Vegeta LR. I think they're gonna do the same thing here. And the part 2 dual LR banner, I think it's gonna be Omega and Full Power Broly. The two LRs that we like need better versions of. How hype would this be? And this is like the perfect time for these characters' introduction, right? Like, this is what we've been wanting, like LR Omega Shenron and LR Full Power Broly, right? Because unfortunately we didn't get LR Kid Buu, but one day, right? Those are my thoughts on who I think we might be getting for the anniversary LRs. There's gonna be a lot of characters. Keep in mind, they're still doing the whole theme of like the 7 Grandmasters, right? I don't know if that's gonna be tied to the new event that we learned of in Jump. in regards to sort of that event that's going to be very similar to the the Gathering of God of Destruction event, right? But we will see. It's also possible that we could get like standalone free-to-play cards for all 7 Grandmasters. Like, I would actually like that. Again, the free-to-play LR. I definitely think if the 2 main headlining LRs are fusions, we could easily see the Year 3 LR Goku and Vegeta units also get their EZAs. I think that's a very high possibility. I don't know, even like STR the free-to-play Vegito could get EZA as well. Like, it's so in the air in terms of what we might see for the 7th anniversary. But whatever we are getting, I promise you, it's going to be very exciting. It's going to be, people are going to be getting out of the seats in hype, right? You can't discredit the fact that people are saying this is going to be a shitty anniversary. Like, no, it's the 7th anniversary. Like, this is the biggest time of the year for Dokkan. This is where you go all out, right? Give us the units that we want, right? The units we've been asking for the last 3 years. This is the time you drop everything. So let me know your guys' thoughts on what you think the units might be for the 7th anniversary. Let me know how excited you guys are for, and with that, that's going to do it for this one. Thank you guys for watching, and until next time, your boys clocking out. Shadow X. See you guys in the next one.